Stop drinking tap water, for crying out loud, until you watch this. Before you take another drink of tap water, you need to understand what's really in it, right? It makes sense. You are what you drink, you are what you eat, right? Didn't your mommy tell you that? Well, we want to talk about that because today I'll break down the most common contaminants that are found in America's water supply so you can understand what and why it's in our water supply. If you don't know what's in your water and what it can do for the body, how in the world can you protect your family? I mean, you do put a seatbelt on your kids when you put them in the car, right? You put one on yourself. Well, doesn't it make sense that you protect your family too about the water that they drink? I mean, it seems just a little logical that you should be in charge of your family's health. And today, the most important thing that you drink, we're going to talk about. We're going to understand what could be in the water and why you should actually be concerned about it. Now, let's break this down. First of all, before we get started, if you know anybody, 3 friends that you love and care for, hopefully you have 3 friends that you love and care for and love you back. But if you do, please share this video with them. Please like the video, and I hope that you'll get something out of it. If you don't like it, then write me a letter, and then we will adjust these videos moving forward. But I really think this is one of my most favorite things to talk about people's health. My background was in pharmaceuticals. I was part of the whole healthcare industry, and I just over and over again, I heard from my customers that, God, drugs isn't the answer. It's actually, how do we prevent having to use the drugs? What a great idea, right? Here I'm selling pharmaceuticals, and it's like, yeah, actually, that's a way better idea. Let's prevent the human body from ever needing it. So just like putting that seatbelt on and keeping your child from, a bad car accident, let's take a look at the toxins that are in the water that are below EPA standards, which, they set in 1984, and they really haven't been updated. I mean, President Biden tried to update it, and we have Trump now reversing it. I mean, it's just, don't get me going on politics, because it's like, it's 2 sides of a tennis match, right? And it's like, well, it's this way, it's that way. Well, the EPA said forever chemicals are really toxic for the human body. They cause cancer. So that's in the majority of Americans' water supply. Where did it come from? Thank you, 3M. Thank you, DuPont. Thank you, lobbyists who lobbied our federal officials to turn a blind eye to the problem that they were causing since the 50s. So, yes, Teflon and all that water repellent that's on clothing or furniture or on carpet that we all love because it doesn't stain, guess what? It's extremely toxic to the human body because it doesn't break down in the environment. And because it doesn't break down there, it travels through, gets into our water supply, and it ends up in our tap water. So that's number 1, hexavalent. By the way, there's a great movie to watch if you're interested in it. Mark Ruffalo, that's the Super Hulk, right? He does a great job on being an attorney in that movie, Dark Waters, where it describes this story, and it's so well done, and just the toxicity of our federal government and the politicians and the lobbyists and 3M and DuPont. Man, it makes me never want to buy their products again, because it's just it unleashes us to be able to see what they are all about. So for me, I'm done with those 2 companies because of their lying and deception. That's number 1. Number 2 is hexavalent chromium 6. I did say Dark Waters, right? Yeah, Dark Waters. Mark Ruffalo, great movie to watch. Number 2, another great movie to watch is the Aaron Brockovich story. That's about hexavalent chromium 6. Yes, that's a mouthful, but it's very important. Another byproduct from the industry. Yes, and also it was, if you saw Julia Roberts, she played that. She won her Best Actress Award. Good for her. In that movie, which defined her character and her true abilities in playing a great role. She's obviously a fantastic actress, but it's a story of Aaron Brockovich, who's a phenomenal woman who travels around America trying to bring awareness to hexavalent chromium 6. And our government, again, has taken a blind eye to it. Why? It's because it costs more for the government to take that out of the water 99.5%, 99.8% of the water is not even used for our drinking. It's used for industry and other items, washing clothes, doing dishes, all that kind of stuff. Fire is a big one. Using it in the farm fields. There's a whole lot of reasons why that water is used, and it's not used for human consumption. So as a result, they have said it doesn't make sense financially to take that out because they know it's going to take a huge reverse osmosis system to get that toxin out of the water. So they never updated that, yet we know it's bad. By the way, in 1984, what did the federal government say? Oh, guess what? You know this, if you drink it, your digestive tract changes it from hexavalent chromium 6 to chromium 3, which is good for the body. Well, we now know that's not true, and yet they haven't updated the standard. Riddle me that, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, you as the head of your household, you, the head of your own body, you got to make a decision. Do you want to drink this tap water that might have those in there? Let's talk about some more. 100% of city water has chlorine in the water. 100%. If you read the side of the bottle, what does it say? Danger, don't inhale, don't get it in your eyes, don't drink it, don't get it in your mouth, don't touch it. Yet in small doses, we use it to protect our bodies from bacteria. Now, I do think it's a necessary evil. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very important because it keeps bacteria down. Why did it come out? Well, it was invented because of what happened in Chicago at the late 1800s when reportedly thousands of people have died. Who were they? They were infants and elderly because they're most susceptible to bacteria. Why did that occur? Huge rainfall, sewage backs up into Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is the source of their water. They draw it back in, and poof, people get sick. By the way, it happened in Milwaukee in the 1990s. People got sick because the city there didn't treat their water well. They didn't add enough chlorine to kill the bacteria. So, yes, it's a necessary evil, but to me, it makes sense you get that chlorine out of the water before you drink it. Yes, I can fill up this glass of water and it looks fantastic, right? There it is. It's absolutely beautiful. How can you tell there's anything in it? Yes, well, there's not only chlorine in this water. What else is in there? The byproduct of chlorine called trihalomethylenes. There is a variety of toxic things that come out adding chlorine to water because it's from especially well water. There's side effects to that. So now you have chlorine, you have the byproducts of chlorine, which is trihalomethylenes, all of which you have to have if you're going to keep the bacteria away. So they have to do it, but that's a toxin. It's a carcinogen. In low doses, sure, maybe it doesn't cause cancer for an adult 180 pounds, but what about a child 20 pounds? Well, we dose drugs and aspirin and Tylenol based on weight class. So why would this level here be okay for this 180-pound man versus a 30-pound child, a 20-pound child, or what's worse yet is making baby formula with that water? Oh my God, think about that for a second. I literally had an employee here. She was doing that until she watched my video. We were recording a different video, and she's like, oh my God, yikes, I'm doing that. I'm like, what? I'm going to give you a system right now. We got to stop this. So we did that right away, and it was just shocking to me that this is occurring. But see, we're not told that, right? We are told that you have to be careful. So there's that water. Now we have an amazing reverse osmosis system. As you know, I love American made. I love Eco Water because it's made in America, ISO 9000 certified, BPA free. That's what it's certified to be BPA free. Not the water. The filter system itself is made of BPA free material. Really important because I can't tell you how many people's homes I've walked into. They're sitting there filling a sippy cup out of a water bottle, 5-gallon water bottle, and it's not BPA free, but the sippy cup is BPA free. I'm like, hello? Again, we don't know, right? You gotta take control of your own life. That's the purpose of this video. Take control of your own life. So that said, that is one great thing to share with any person who's got a baby or young child, is to determine whether or not the water source that they have, whether it's a 16-ounce bottle, if it's a 5-gallon bottle that you're filling up cups from, make sure it's BPA free, or get yourself one of these systems. But take a look at that water. Oh wait, it looks exactly the same, right? So how can you tell? That's the hard part for me. As a guy who's trying to help people, it's like, how the heck can you tell the difference? Let's look at the two of them side by side, shall we? How can you tell me which one has toxins in it and which one's completely pure? You can't tell. So it takes education of you, the consumer, to think and to be able to understand that they are invisible, but yet our body grabs what we consume and we make it us. Whatever you consume becomes you. You are one gigantic filter, and your body is taking everything you consume and making it part of you. So logic says these small levels of toxins, they're going to get embedded into your liver, your kidney, your fat, your blood system. It's going to travel all around your body. Remember, it literally, the water gets absorbed right into your blood system, and again, it travels all over your body. So why would we want even the smallest amount of toxin to travel through your brain? Not me, not through my lungs, not through anywhere. I don't want it anywhere. So that's another important reason to get out some of those contaminants. Now, there's other contaminants. What's real popular around the country right now is using chloramine. Cities are mixing ammonia with chlorine, and they're mixing them together. And when they do that, there's other byproducts as a result of chloramine, chlorine and ammonia. By the way, if you remember high school class, you combine the two of them and boom, you get an explosion. So chloramine is another thing. When we look at bacteria, that's a very coliform. That can happen. That's what happened, I said, in Chicago and Milwaukee. Also, when you're on a private well, I think it's 15%, 10 to 15% of all wells have coliform. That's where their septic system or a lake, a river can cross-contaminate into the well water. Also cities, sometimes they have boil odors. Why? Bacteria somehow got in the water. So you got to be vigilant to look out for those moments. Like they don't have a red flag they pull up and say, look, you need to actually use Google to subscribe for any boil odor alerts for your city. So it's like pretty simple. Google, alert me when there's a boil order for Barrington, Illinois, or for Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever you're from, so that you can be aware of that. Nitrites and nitrates, another top contaminant found in water. It's crazy. We had huge rainfalls in Chicagoland. Sewage, 1/4 inch of rainfall in Chicago produces 5 billion gallons of raw sewage that backs up into Lake Michigan. Yes, still today, crazy factor, right? Yeah, the deep tunnel is not completed, so the sewage goes out into the lake, and then that's the source water, and we're testing water and we're finding nitrates in it. So that means that sewage got out there, and that nitrates is that byproduct. Or it could come from the farm fields that are in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan. As those leach into the water supply, that can get into Lake Michigan water. Or it could be anywhere around the country. You have farm fields that if we're fertilizing or the animals grazing their waste, they can get into the drinking water. And so that's something to be concerned about, and it does show up across the country in our water supplies. Now, the last one is VOCs, volatile organic compounds. That's all like gasoline byproducts, toluene, all these different byproducts from gasoline. Why? Well, we produce a lot of gasoline, a lot of oil, and we use that for everything. I mean, everything plastic, right, is made from petroleum. So there's a byproduct and a waste that takes place, and that waste gets into our water supply. So another really good reason for you to become vigilant about your family's water. Now, all of those that I just highlighted to you today, all of them are certified to be drastically reduced. We can't say removed because that means 100%. And in today's world, thanks to great technology and great scientists, we can measure in the parts per trillion. So sometimes it's a smidgen can get by, but most of them with an NSF 5858, NSF 58, that's the number, not 42, not 41, 58, certified 58, certified system it will take it out. I get calls and emails and texts and people commenting all the time, this product is NSF certified. No, it's 42 certified, which means the plastic that it's made from doesn't leach into the water. By the way, there is a separate test for BPA. It's not just the plastics and the metal getting into the water. All faucets, for instance, they have to have that certification so they know, or we know, America knows, that the water traveling through here is not going to become nickel, right? Or copper or lead. By the way, lead was another one. It's obviously still very high, prevalent throughout America, especially in old communities. You live in an old community, here's the red flag. Let me raise it up. That's a good reason to, oh my God, test your water. Why? Because the state, the city tested at the street level. You can have a lead pipe coming into your house because that's the way they built homes. They literally took a flexible line because it's easy to lay out when you're building a home. It doesn't have to be in a straight line, so they unrolled it. So things before 1984, yes, that's the year, the federal government said, we're done with using lead in the water. In Chicago, hello Chicago, great city, right? Well, they use it till 1984. LA, Houston, other major cities, New York, they stopped using it in the 50s and 60s. But for some God knows what reason, Chicago used it till 1984 when the federal government said we've had enough. By the way, if you go look through aqueducts in Italy, you're going to see that they were lead lined. Yes, I don't know why. We learned from the Romans that putting lead in water, allowing it to touch water, can literally make people have mental issues, right? It really can. They also bottled. They said the water tasted sweet, but they had mental issues as a result of it. Many people claim the reason why the Roman Empire fell is because of lead poisoned the senators who went crazy. Why? They held wine in a lead vase. The lead vase made it taste even sweeter. So boy, people gobbled it up, right? And so was the water. Yet today, when you go on a tour of the aqueducts, they even tell you how toxic that was. But yet America still use lead. I mean, still use lead hundreds of years later. What were they thinking? Well, their thought process was flawed, and you have to be in control of your water and make sure you understand what's in your water supply. You can do an individual test. You can also go to the EWG website. That's ewg.org. You can go to that website, enter your zip code. It will tell you, according to their test results, that they got from the Freedom of Information Act, and they were able to pull down exactly what's in your water. You can uncover it, and then you can say, okay, Andrew, I want a certified system to take that toxin out of my water. Here's a list of 5, 10, 15, whatever it is. I want them all out of my water. And then a very good company will look at you square in the eye and say, I guarantee it. I'm going to sell you a system that's certified to take that out. This is the only way that I feel you can get high quality water for you and your family. And again, as you might know, as I've mentioned, my passion in life is to help other people live a more full, wonderful, and longer life. And without question, taking out small amounts of toxins that eventually build up in this body, it seems to me that that's the very first step you can do. If you have questions about this, please reach out to me, angelwater.com. You can find us on the web. You can call us at 847-382-7800. I appreciate all the calls. You could also comment on this. I try to get back to all the comments on this on a regular basis. As you all know, my name is Drew, and I'm here to serve you. Thank you.